Hi everyone, and welcome back to the TackleShare YouTube channel. If you look around, it may look as though we are somewhere remote, but today we actually decided to do a little bit of urban pan fishing on the canal in Peterborough. Diligent angler, picking up remnants of others. That's how you gotta be.
Fish from in there.
Oh, well, that's a good sign when our neighbors finding good fish. All right, so we first got out here. We kind of had our plans, what we wanted to do. There was a bit of a narrow part of the canal that we walked up to get here, and then as it opened up, Brad decided we were just going to drill out a couple holes, and obviously it's a good sign if you're going to go for a new spot. You can see other huts too, so that's a good sign that there's probably going to be some fish there. As we're just kind of scouting out this new location, we're just kind of scouring the area to see what type of bottom it is. For the most part, we're at about 16 feet in this whole basin area, which is kind of what we were looking for. We've been hooking onto some moderate size to small size bluegills, so we know there's fish there. There's a little bit of habitat. We're just waiting for a little bit of the evening bite to kick in. Oh!
Keeper.
Throwbacker. Need pliers?
Yeah, I forgot mine over in the chair.
Mine are attached to my pantaloons.
That's smart.
There we go. An unintended species has to go back, of course.
There you go, buddy. Oh.
I always could just consider them to be like not as active in the winter because they hog out in the summertime.
Yeah.
Right? And they just...
Oh yeah, for sure. That was on the little micro jig.
Really? I walked away for 2 seconds and this started shaking. Oh, like there's a fish on it. Oh, that was a hefty feeling. Yet again, another bluegill. This place is just full of bluegill. I walked away. That's what you want, without having to actually work too hard for it. I have to admit, after the last fishing adventure that Brad took us on, this one's a little bit easier to get to. It was very quick and easy, about a 5-minute drive from our office. I especially like the fact that the snow was not near as deep as it was last time, so I have a lot more energy and a lot more gusto today than I did last time. New species time. Brad just caught himself a perch. Oh,
Little tiny guy.
you know, you said it's a little perch. I think it's a nice size perch. I would not be disappointed with that one. Now, I actually have an underwater camera here, and I've been trying to catch some footage of what it looks like, but it's really hard to see with the glare. There are tons and tons of bluegill here, just circling around my microbait, but they're very shy. And that may possibly be because they get fish quite heavily. And we're in the lock system here, so it's all frozen. The locks aren't opening and closing. So all the fish that were in here when they closed the locks in the fall, they're the same fish, of course. They have no larger body of water to get out to. So they may actually get quite heavily pressured, which actually adds a little bit of added skill required to catch some of these fish. So they don't always have to be big to add a challenge.
Any bites coming your way there?
Oh, yeah. There's like a whole school down here. Just they're not really aggressive.
I'm finding too. I'm getting bites, but I'm marking the bottom 10 feet of water.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if it's just they're so heavily pressured here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's the benefit with the underwater camera. I can legit see them down there. But a matter of just mouthing it a bit. Woo. Another one there. They are not big, but they do seem to be relatively challenging. At least Brad's paying attention. I had bites. Now that we're up here. Yeah, they're getting bigger. I don't know. Gotta love when they set the hook on themselves. Actually, that one doesn't even have a lot of coloration to its gill plate. Like, you know how the bluegill are very dark? You can't quite see very much there. Anyways, in you go. Back in the drink. Oh. Got a whole bunch of little bluegill here. Oh. Rookie mistake. I just realized the mistake I've been making this whole time. If you can see what's going on here, that is very embarrassing. I've been fishing with presentation that very clearly had the plastic got pushed down on the hook, and I've just been ignorantly fishing with that covered this whole time. So I pushed them back down so that they can actually get their mouth on that hook. All right, I'm not winning any large fish awards, but we're still hitting lots of these really beautiful looking bluegill. I have to admit, it's hard to walk away from a hole that's been producing you fish to try and find bigger fish. I find it kind of challenging, but to meet your bigger goal, that's what you gotta do. All right, I'm gonna put this back in my little rod holder, see if I can't get a fish to hook himself. I'm gonna go try a different spot, so I'm moving around a bit more. So because I can have 2 lines out, I decided to set up one of my automatic hook setters, and I've done a video. I'll put a card right up here to show you how to set them up and a little bit about them. I just find it really handy. If I'm going to be actively fishing another hole, I want to set up another hole or another rod that's going to do some work for me. I've already caught a couple small bluegill here, so I know the fish are a bit smaller right now. So I've made sure that I've dialed down the sensitivity here so that when a fish comes up and bites it, a very light bite will set it off. Typical Alicia, she's talking when she should be fishing, and got yet another little bluegill. I switched rods and completely forgot about it. This fish felt way heavier than it really is. But you know what? These bluegill, they don't have a lot of, or a couple of them don't, their gill plate's not very strongly colored, eh?
Yeah.
They're very pale.
They're very plain, like white yellow, or sorry, green yellow.
Yeah. I think I have a new winner for the smallest, most petite little bluegill today. Oh, I went to turn the camera on and I didn't realize how close he was to the top of the hole. He bit right up at basically the ice level. Basically bluegill all day. Little number, I don't know, 30 by now? There's another one. Guess what? Guess what? It's probably a bluegill. Oh, well, that's a good way to end the day. A little bit of color. A little bit of color, a little bit bigger of a fish. Maybe I shouldn't pack up and go yet. So Brad and I were just humming and hawing, talking about the day, thinking about packing in, and I ended up catching a little bit bigger, a bigger bluegill. Not the biggest fish of the day, but a good way to prove it. If you stick it out, you can probably improve your catch for the day. So I think I'm gonna stick around till it's quite literally past the late bite. Oh, so heavy, it's hurt my arm. So we definitely didn't catch any like really massive fish, I would say. But as far as committing time, it was an 8-minute drive for us to get here today, put all our stuff in the sleds and headed out for a quick walk. We surveyed the area, and I'm gonna guess I drilled a massive amount of 2 holes. How many did you drill?
Oh, I drilled probably 15, but
Yeah.
I bounced around in a giant circle.
Which was the plan. We're multitasking, do multiple things at once. But that's a good way to, if you're going into a new area, that's exactly what you want to do. I always drill 1 hole first, put your flasher in to see what depth you're at, depending on what you're targeting. And then Brad did all the hard work and went around and did a whole bunch of other holes. And we marked fish almost everywhere,
Every hole,
which is
absolutely.
great, yeah.
So I'm committed today.
Oh, I just looked over and my rod was,
Oh,
but
it's the wind.
Is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's the wind. Yeah, so definitely don't just discount urban fishing in the winter, because we definitely found some fish, not that much to write home about, but catching many small fish I think is better than getting skunked.
It's still fun, absolutely.
It's still fun. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have lots more fishing content coming out every week. See you next time.